What's going on YouTube? It's Bottom Bound here, bringing you another Call of Duty Advanced Warfare gameplay / commentary, and today we're doing a little bit of a mix-up of a lot of things. We're kind of doing a dual com / shout-out intro / story time / live com. And so basically what's going on is I'm just using my Elgato software. I'm sitting here with my Turtle Beach headset connected to the computer recording the commentary. I have my friend next to me. He's my good friend Jordan, or as you guys will come to know him on YouTube, White Ancestors. He actually has the channel made and everything, but he has not uploaded a video yet, so you cannot find him. But when you are able to, I will definitely throw a link in the description, giving you guys the link to his channel to find him, obviously, and subscribe. He's going to be uploading all kinds of gameplay, from what I understand. I'm going to go ahead and ask him just a couple questions here in a second about that, so he can explain a little for himself. But yeah, like I said, his channel name's going to be White Ancestors, so definitely check out or stay tuned for that. And also, like I said in the beginning, we're going to have kind of a story time, and this video is going to be, again, a little different. It's gonna go until, like, I'm live recording over him playing right now, and I'm just recording that, so I'm not going to end the live commentary necessarily just because the game ends. I'm just gonna kind of end whenever, you know, we're done talking and stuff. So real quick, I'm gonna just go ahead and I'm gonna kind of use, sorry about that noise spike, guys. I'm gonna kind of use the headset as a microphone kind of thing, and I'm just gonna ask Mr. White Ancestors a few questions. So I understand, and just real quick, I ask that you do speak kind of quietly in the microphone. It is a little sensitive, but I understand it's going to be a primarily gaming channel. Can you tell us what console you're going to be playing on first?
I'm definitely going to be playing on Xbox One. I'm going to be doing a bunch of Destiny content / GTA, and then when Black Ops 3 releases, definitely go ahead and do some Black Ops 3 content for you. Subscribe for more.
Alright, so you're going to have GTA 5 content, like you said. What can we kind of expect to see in that? Is that just going to be more of just kind of messing around, or what's going on with that?
Probably going to do some fun content with my friends, do a little bit of story missions, online, just keep you up to date with what's going on in the GTA world.
You'll probably definitely see me in a couple of the videos with him. I do have another account that I use for GTA specifically. It's iDabstar. If any of you are interested in playing GTA with me sometime, when I am playing GTA, that's the account I'm on, so you can feel free to add him and try to play with me sometime when I'm on. So you said you're going to be playing Black Ops 3, you're going to be covering that on your channel. Yeah. How extensively are you going to be covering that? Because I know, like, me, myself, Black Ops 3, once that releases, that's going to pretty much be what my channel revolves around until the release of Rainbow Six Siege in December. But your channel, I know personally you mainly play Destiny, but when Black Ops 3 releases, are you planning on mainly playing that, or what's going on there?
I'm definitely going to stick to Destiny throughout my channel, but I am gonna switch off and on. It's just whatever comes out, you know.
Alright, yep. And alright, so just real quick, guys, I hated Destiny. I thought it was the stupidest shit ever when it first came out. White Ancestors is actually the one that got me to start playing it when I first got my Xbox One. He actually got me the game for free, which got me to start playing it originally. But so I like Destiny. I took back all the bad stuff I said about it. It wasn't a bad game. But Destiny 2.0 launched, the new patch, The Taken King, a few weeks back, and the game just completely sucked for me, and I lost interest and stopped playing it altogether, and you will never catch me on that game again, nor will you more than likely ever see any Destiny gameplay on the channel. So sorry about that, but if that is something you guys are going to be interested in, definitely go check out White Ancestors. I know, personally, he is very good at the game. He'll definitely have a lot of interesting fun there. Are there any other games you're looking forward to coming out?
I'm definitely looking at Halo 5 Guardians. That's definitely what I'm looking forward to coming out. It comes out at the end of October, and you'll see some content there.
So, and sorry about the noise spikes, guys. Like I said, I'm kind of waving this around like a microphone, but it's a headset. Like you said, Halo 5. Is that pretty much the only thing we can expect to see, or will we be able to expect to see like a Rainbow Six Siege maybe, or The Division, anything like that?
Definitely not. I'm not really interested in games like that. I'm interested in games where I can work tactically with people in the outer world to do some crazy stuff like that.
But what about The Division then? That's going to be the biggest MMO multiplayer RPG FPS mashup game ever made. There's millions and millions and millions of people across all platforms supporting it and ready to play that shit. How do you feel about that then?
Maybe I'll definitely check it out. I don't know.
It's like Destiny, but it's more realistic. And has an actual story and shit to it. Anyways, we're gonna go ahead and let him get back to playing the game. Get all the game. I'm gonna let him get in his little headset zone gaming and stuff, and I'm just gonna kick back and I'm gonna put the headset on and I'm just gonna tell you guys a little story. And this is a little story that happened about a year ago on February 15th, actually, the day after Valentine's Day. That's how I remember that. And this is the story of how me, my friend that I'm here with, Jordan, or White Ancestors, my little brother, my girlfriend, and my other friend had to go beat the shit out of two kids. And it all started because this one kid, his name was Michael, he talks a lot of shit on people, but he's a little bitch. And keep in mind, guys, my little brother is 17 years old, and I'm currently 19, but at the time this took place, I was 18, and this kid is 20 years old. And he's running his mouth to my brother about one of the girls that he dated and talking all kinds of smack with my brother. And then he attempts to shoot my brother's car windows out with a BB gun. And so my brother retaliates by, and this is kind of funny because I actually drove him to the kid's house to do it because he actually lives right up the street from me, and I don't give a fuck because I already knew the kid was a bitch. So I drove him up the street and let him use my paintball gun. I let him paintball the kid's house, and I thought he was actually going to paintball the house, but he shot the house once or some shit like that, and other than that he just hit the driveway, so that was a complete waste. And had I known he was going to do that, I would have just stopped the car and took the gun and ran up there myself, but whatever, I guess. The kid got the point because he obviously knew my brother did it. He started threatening him on Facebook, all kinds of stuff. Boys will be boys, I guess. Keep in mind, though, I was kind of annoyed with this kid because he is 20 and my brother is 17. And that is, one, illegal, and two, the kid had no business in the first place talking smack to my brother or messing with him. My brother didn't do anything to him to deserve it, so this kid just decided to put himself in somebody else's business. But shit escalates on Facebook, of course. It's funny, these two kids that we ended up beating up are notorious for calling people keyboard gangsters on Facebook and Twitter, which means, I guess, where you only talk shit on Facebook or online, where you can type it on a keyboard but you won't back it up in real life or whatever. They're the two biggest keyboard gangsters I know. They actually had an argument with each other on Facebook after the fight about who was a bigger meth head, which is pretty sad. But, so they were fucking threatening my brother and shit on Facebook, threatening to beat his ass and shoot him and kill him and shit. So I fucking intervened and I messaged the kid on Facebook and I was like, yo, you're 20, he's 17, you need to knock your shit off. He turns around and starts threatening me. I'm not scared of the little bitch, like I said, though, so I just brushed it off like nothing, like, oh, he's not going to do anything, he's a little bitch already, and I know that. Or, he's a little bitch, I know that already, sorry, guys. But, so I just brushed it off, and then his friend, his name is Quinn, just randomly started messaging me on Facebook, too, telling me I was a bitch, and he was going to beat my ass, blah, 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 blah. And this all happened in one day, where I messaged them, they started messaging me, and then they got their asses beat. It all took place in one evening. And so they were running their mouths for a while, and eventually I was like, you know what, I'm sick of this, I'm going to beat their asses. I got a couple of my friends to meet us at my house to go with, just to make sure nothing happened. There were a lot of us that ended up like getting ready to go there just to make sure nothing happened. A lot of people don't like these kids. They've screwed over a lot of people, obviously. They're meth heads. They've screwed over a lot of people and shit, so a lot of people don't like these kids. So we had a lot of our friends ready just in case we needed them, and which I knew we wouldn't, but it was whatever. But they keep giving us an addresses, where to meet them. After we wait for them at a park that they tell us they'll meet us at for about an hour, we were waiting there, and they never showed up. And so they were like, oh, we can't, we've been drinking and we don't have a ride, just come to us, here's the address. So they kept giving us addresses and had us driving all over hell looking for them. Most of our friends got bored and wanted to go home before we even found them. So by the time we even found them, it was just the 5 of us that I mentioned in the beginning, out of the like literally 20 people that were coming to make sure nothing went down. So this night could have gone a lot worse for these 2 kids that ended up getting their asses beat by 5 people. So I get out, or we finally get them, and we pull up, and I get out of the car, and I walk up, or the kid's screaming. He's like, step up here and swing, that's a wrap, bro, that's a wrap, step up here, that's it, bro, you're done. So I stepped up to him, and I swung, and I hit him in the mouth, and he stumbled backwards, and instantly his black friend next to him, Quinn, jumped on me and started trying to hit me, and my brother actually tackled him off of me. Me and my friend Austin continued to beat the kid on the ground, Michael. We started beating him and kicking him, making sure he was just going to stay down and not intervene anymore. I noticed that my brother was being chased by Quinn at this point, and it was kind of funny. It was my brother being chased by Quinn. My brother's white, Quinn's black, and then my friend Jordan, who's here with me, was chasing after Quinn, and he's white as well, so it was like a reverse Oreo. But fucking, they were all chasing after each other. So I went and chased after Quinn, and I got Quinn, I beat his ass a little, and left him go. Fucking went back to Michael, because he was starting to get up and fucking regain his consciousness. This kid literally sat curled in a ball for 3 minutes with none of us around him, missing his shoes. We beat his shoes off him, and he's just curled in a ball laying on the ground, screaming for his buddy Quinn to come help him. And keep in mind, there's nobody around him. We're all busy beating the shit out of Quinn. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know who he was calling for, but he eventually realizes there's nobody around him, so he gets his ass up, puts his shoes back on, and starts trying to come back at us. And this continues for, I don't know, about 10-15 minutes, where they keep getting their asses beat, and then they keep trying to come back at us. We even at one point tried to get in the car and leave, and they started trying to hit the car and pull us out of the car and shit, so we got out of the car and just beat their asses again and tried to leave again. But this fucker Michael, this piece of shit meth head, had to go and punch my girlfriend in the back of the head. And that just set us all off. And we just all, from that point on, it was just us all just had them on the ground, just beating the living shit out of them, until some random stranger ran over and had us stop and get in the car, and we left. And right as we were leaving, cops were pulling in, so we knew shit was about to go down. We go back to my buddy White Ancestor's house for a bit to chill, kind of relax, cool down. Have a bunch of our friends there. They're all asking what happened. They all think we're badasses for what just happened. So we're just chilling and shit. I take my girlfriend's car and I head home to my house. She's gonna get a ride with somebody else here later. So I head to my house in her car, which is the car we used to go to the fight, keep in mind. And I pull up in my driveway and get out, and instantly a cop car pulls up in my driveway and spotlights me. And in my neighborhood that I live in, it's like a separate subdivision from the rest of the city. Like actual local police officers, La Vista Police Department, they do not have jurisdiction in my neighborhood. Only sheriffs and state troopers do, so they shouldn't be in my neighborhood anyways for any reason unless called upon by one of the residents of the neighborhood, which obviously none of them called because none of the residents in my neighborhood knew this was happening miles away. And so he spotlights me and gets out and starts giving me attitude, yelling at me to get back in the car and shit. And I'm not the friendliest with cops, especially when they're gonna straight just be a dick from the start and yell at me to get in the car and shit, just so he can try to search the car and bust me for some bullshit like that, which there was nothing in the car, so I wasn't worried about that, but I wasn't gonna let him just push me around like that. So I get mouthy with him, and he ends up handcuffing me, and I have my friend that ended up meeting me at the house go get my parents outside, and I told this cop from the start that he shouldn't put his car in my driveway. My dad was gonna bitch, and the first thing my dad says when he comes out of the door is that the cop better move his damn car out of the driveway. And I thought that was the funniest shit ever. But we ended up just fucking... Everybody ended up showing up here that was involved in the fight, and we were all arguing and hassling with the police. And we all ended up calming down and kind of just talking to them a little and explaining our side of the story. And they ended up seeing where we were coming from and saw that we weren't in the wrong. The meth heads were. And they were already known. They already knew both the other meth heads. They have a rap sheet. Shit. Michael's, I know that for a fact. I've read Michael's fucking... his criminal history report, and it could be a short novel. It's funny too because they didn't know that I was able to access that kind of stuff, and I'm able to because my mom's job. But so as all this stuff was going on and we still had problems with them, I was reading them like every fuck up they've ever had in their life, and they're like, oh my god, how does this kid know this shit? Is he some fucking James Bond spy? So that was kind of funny. But anyways, we ended up wrapping it up with the police. I got assault or a third-degree assault charge, as well did they, as well did my brother. My brother was bullshit because he didn't even throw a single hit. All he did was tackle the kid off me in the very beginning, and other than that, he spent the time running from the kid because he did not want to fight. And so that was bullshit. I was just defending myself and my family, so that was kind of bullshit, and the cops knew it, but I mean, the law's the law, I guess. But so we took the charges and said whatever. We continued our beef with them. They kept their Facebook shit talking and all that shit, driving by and threatening us and shit like that. And just immature, childish, stupid ass games. They just continued for months. And finally, they just randomly stopped one day. I guess they just found somebody else to move on to and annoy. Thank God. I'm sorry for whoever that is. They probably don't deserve that curse, at least, but thank God they're not annoying us anymore. I ended up going to court and getting my assault charge dropped to a disturbing the peace charge, so that's good. I mean, that's just a small fine. That's nothing. My brother got his charge dropped, and those two meth heads actually spent time in jail for it. So that was pretty cool. Justice system actually worked out in our favor that time, kind of, I guess. More so than it could have, I suppose, because of my state's law, where if you're backed into a corner and you need to fight your way out, that is the only time you're able to fight. And once you're able to escape, you must escape and avoid. You must not fight. And we kind of screwed, and they kind of saw the self-defense. They kind of saw that we were backed into a corner and shit at first, but then once we started explaining that we had them on the ground and kicking them in the head, they were like, oh yeah, that's not self-defense. And I was like, yeah, I don't care. And I mean, me and my friends were telling them with pride what we did to these kids, because in all reality, they deserved it, and we did this world, this society, a favor by doing that. We should have just taken it a step further and just made sure they couldn't walk again, but we didn't, and they're perfectly fine back to their stupid-ass meth ways as we speak. So if by any chance they end up watching these videos somehow, fuck you. You know I'm talking about you. If you're listening to this, fuck you. Everybody else, thanks for listening to the story. Remember again to stay tuned to check out White Ancestors' channel. I'll leave a link in the description when he gets it up and running. And also remember to drop a subscription to my channel, We Burn the World, if you wish to stay tuned for future content. Leave me some comments letting me know what I can do better, what I can improve on, and stuff like that. And also let me know what you guys want to see come up on the channel. I'm always interested to hear that from you guys. Also, any questions you guys have for me, let me know also. And leave the like a video also, guys, because it shows a lot of support. It shows that you guys actually care and that the work I'm doing isn't just for nothing, that people are actually watching it and enjoying the content. So thanks again, guys. Remember to leave the like and the sub, and remember, definitely check out White Ancestors channel. I'm gonna go ahead and end the commentary now. I'm gonna let this gameplay finish out of White Ancestors, and once this gameplay is over, I'll go ahead and end the gameplay. Just stay tuned for the next video. Thanks.
UAV is online. have the lead. Care package inbound. We've lost the lead! Enemy UAV above! Friendly assault drone inbound. We're losing! Our UAV